Welcome to a Business Growth Mindset podcast. I'm Kristian Livolsi, and I'm incredibly grateful to be here today and share this episode with you. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 7 business growth mindset principles for growth. Everyone has the possibility to grow because everyone starts somewhere. Abraham Maslow said, "One can choose to go back towards safety or forward towards growth. Growth must be chosen again and again. Fear must be overcome again and again." This episode is packed with massive value, and it applies to teenagers, students, corporates, tradies, business owners, and entrepreneurs, and I know it will help you grow and flourish. Oprah Winfrey said, "We can't become what we need to be by remaining what we are." To all the business owners and entrepreneurs, the crazy ones, the believers, the doers, the clever makers, the action takers, and everybody else in between, this podcast was designed for you. If this is your very first time listening to my content, make sure you subscribe by clicking the subscribe button now and change your notification alert so that you don't miss future episodes. It's important to recognize that growth is not purely measured by sales. In fact, from a monetary measure, it's about profit rather than sales. But ultimately, it begins with you and your people and is measured by their well-being and happiness. Happy people generate hypergrowth. Happy customers are more frequent return customers, and return customers who fall in love with your product become raving fans, which attract more of the same customers who are prepared to pay more for your products and services. However, to achieve this, you often face the treacherous path of disruption and change. And we all know that for many people, these two words cause a significant amount of anxiety. Now, this anxiety and discomfort caused by disruption and change can lead to a crisis, and in many cases can result in failure rather than growth. I'm here to tell you that it can be avoided, and the 7 business growth mindset principles for growth that I will share with you today will absolutely assist you. Hypergrowth sounds fun, and for the most part, business owners and executives are continuously in search of that magic pill that will create a constant and significant rise in sales. When we sell more, we feel accomplished, but often this leads to burnout, stress, and a lack of control, as well as exhaustion. These outcomes of hypergrowth lead to a drop in morale, operational dysfunctionality, and pain points for customers that can see many negative outcomes for your business and firm. Note the human pain points, such as exhaustion and burnout, I just mentioned, are significant considerations for business owners and executives, and often overlooked because of the need to generate sales and growth. Often this will lead to a lone wolf approach, and people begin to isolate themselves from their team, family, and friends. For many business owners and executives, this can lead to depression and business or career failure. The primary casualty of hypergrowth gone bad is a human one, and often starts with key people. To avoid the pitfalls of hypergrowth, you need to make sure that you and your team are mentally prepared, and this comes in the form of developing and practicing growth mindset principles. As Professor Dweck stated in her research on growth mindsets, is that we need to be mindful of the misconception of equating the growth mindset with effort. Effort is certainly a primary factor in achievement. However, we need to learn new ways and strategies, as well as seek inputs from others when we are stuck. She goes further to state that effort is a means to an end to the goals of learning and improvement. Now, this means that we need to be mindful that from time to time we will face adversity, disruption, and change. But it's how we learn and improve that assists us with growth both personally and financially. One of my favorite quotes from Professor Dweck is that the path to a growth mindset is a journey, not a proclamation. This is fundamentally critical when you practice the principles that I will share with you today. Growth rarely happens overnight and most certainly isn't linear like many of you think. Success, in fact, is a messy scribble and bound with failure experiences that force learning and improvement. Having the right mindset, a growth mindset, will help you grow and flourish through your journey. Adopting a growth mindset is not an easy task because we all have fixed mindsets. However, the following 7 growth mindset principles will help you supercharge your growth and well-being for you and your business. So number 1, welcome chaos. As Bob Dylan famously sang, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind is blowing. Welcoming chaos can help with creativity and the ability to adapt to change. Crisis spawns innovation, effectiveness, and success. Distribution is innovation. So come to terms with chaos and embrace the reality. As a result, you can sacrifice efficiency for speed and lower the resistance to change, as well as minimize the impact on disruption. Number 2, hire doers. Hire right for now and make sure any hire is an action taker. Okay? Don't waste your time hiring the next big thing. You need people that can get you from A to B, then B to C, not A to Z. These are different people and you will need them at different intervals of your journey. I seek out mentors and advisors for each stage of my journey, both professionally and personally. I recently hired 2 wellbeing coaches working together to help me form new thought processes about my health and wellbeing, and the other to help me clear my energy and unbound the things that have been holding me back in the past. Because they are action takers and I'm a total doer, the results have surpassed all expectations that we set on day 1. Hiring doers is a mindset formed from many, many steps and processes that you must act upon. Having this mindset during all your recruitment stages will help you develop a hyper-growth team. Number 3, embrace a lack of management. There is no substitute for speed, and with that will come poor management from time to time. The team needs to understand it's not personal, but a requirement to take action quickly. Rapid growth does not form many friendships. In fact, it breaks even the best. Set the tone and the rules at the start. This doesn't mean hate on people or do the wrong thing. It means establishing a culture of action takers driven by purpose and outcomes. To combat the risk, develop a culture of empowerment, as this will accelerate learning and improvement because of accountability. People that are empowered perform much better than those that are oppressed or fear failure. Number 4, get your product to market fast. Don't worry about perfection. The market will dictate changes and navigate your innovation. Testing your products and services market fit is critical. This won't happen in your head or in a workshop. Get to market and let the market tell you what it needs and why. So many people and organizations fail to understand this 4th principle. Often the fear of failure causes paralysis and products and services take too long to be deployed in the market, which burdens a company and impacts profits. Break the fixed mindset cycle that speed is your enemy and work yourself towards freedom and adventure. Number 5, laser focus. Too often business owners and executives get distracted by shiny objects or unforeseen challenges. Not every new idea is worth pursuing, and not every fire needs putting out. Don't overthink it. Sometimes things need to burn so that you can get on with it and not lose focus on your destination. Too often, I see entrepreneurs worrying about little things and spending too much time trying to appease everybody. The most successful entrepreneurs, business owners, and executives that I have worked with are those that get on with achieving their goals. They are purpose-driven and have laser-like focus. Number 6, What I mean, number 6 is hack away. Now, what I mean is find the fastest way to get from 0 to hero. This for everything that you do, not just some things. What's important to realize is that getting shit done fast is critical to your business, and progress is better than perfection. Perfection is a detrimental mindset to establish. Developing a growth hacking mindset is powerful, and I recommend the high tempo testing concept coined by Sean Ellis. That is, learn from insight, create hypotheses, test, measure, and go again. You will be amazed when you develop this mindset. You will solve problems by creating problems, and you will grow from cutting corners, improving and learning along the way. J.K. Rowling famously said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you failed by default." Number 7, solve a massive market problem. In whatever you are doing, remember that the key to success and impact is to solve a massive problem. You solve these problems by breaking it down into manageable and actionable tasks. In established businesses, when trying to solve big problems, don't gravitate to bold moves, but rather seek out small wins. Once you know you are solving a big problem, don't get caught up in the customer service side, because the customers will sort themselves out in the early stages in particular. It's a test, learn, and test experiment. This does not mean abandon your customers, but rather offer the most basic level of support necessary to facilitate such a service. For example, once a tech startup has validated their product and they are ready to deploy on scale, they may offer email support with a 48-hour response time. Okay? For established businesses who are navigating disruption, perhaps caused by a pandemic, it's critical to recognize that when leading change, less is more. By following these 7 business growth mindset principles for growth, it will help you develop success in more ways than you could have possibly imagined. It will help your self-confidence, it will improve your social proof, and increase your knowledge base. These factors will help you empower others and get them into action. More importantly, you will become fulfilled, because when you're taking action every day on things that matter, you will immediately feel accomplished. This is your chance to start, refine, and grow. Despite the challenges and disruptions caused by COVID-19, we are blessed with an abundance of opportunity, and by developing a growth mindset, those opportunities will become more and more apparent, and you will give yourself the best opportunity to grow and flourish. I have really loved hanging out with you today, and I sharing my tips that will help you develop a growth mindset. I hope that you implement these tips that I've shared with you today, and that you can put them into practice immediately. So please don't wait. Purpose has become a cornerstone in my teaching and advising of business owners and executives. Knowing the habits and principles of success will allow you to move forward with courage and action. Building courage is a key instrument in accelerating my clients' growth and deepening their impact, both professionally and personally. And I want this for you, and this is why I share my knowledge and experience with you each and every week. If you love today's podcast and are enjoying the series, please take a minute to rate it and provide a review. This helps others know that the content I'm sharing is valuable, but also it inspires me to share more content with you. Please take care during this time and be courageous. And as always, and until next week, live with purpose. Are you ready to start taking action on your business? Would you like to spend more time with your family? Then call 1300-643-229 and start building momentum right now. I know you're busy. In fact, you are so busy that you don't have time to work on your business or yourself. Often tossing and turning at night, worrying about the how-tos and the cash flow. How on earth can you possibly get off the hamster wheel so that you can take a helicopter view to see where you'll be in 90 days, 1 year, or 3 years from now? In this program, I will take you from sleepless nights to blissful sleep. You'll have more time with your family and you will have the clarity and direction so you can grow and flourish. Call 1300-643-229 now and start building momentum.